Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZSL number 2, and welcome to the Link to the Past All Dungeons RMG monthly race. I got, just for whatever reason, caught up in DST shenanigans, so I thought this was happening an hour earlier. But it's not, it's right now, it's amazing. We have Chex going up against Relkin, and we have Malmo on comms. Take it away. It's all yours.
Hello. All Dungeons RMG, it's the glitch mode. The glitch category that's fun to do. Chex and Relkin are racing each other. They're both participants in the All Dungeons League that we did last year. Both of them have really good times. I believe that Relkin has something like a flat 109 and... Oh no, he's actually has a 108. They both have 108s, which is a pretty good time. The world record is a 107 for reference. So this will be a really good race. Looks like we're going to be starting soon-ish. Okay, no, sorry, I'm wrong. Relkin's sum of best is a 108. He is running on a different route than Chex is. This will be interesting. Chex is running a route that does basement clip, but in a slightly safer way than the previous world record. Actually, the current world record as well. By Doomtap and Yuzuhara. Relkin is doing a slightly older version of the run. It's the one that everyone was doing since about 2020, where you do early hookshot and you do some stuff around changing the dungeon order from the really old route, but you don't do the basement clip, which is the thing in pod that lets you steal the pod big key, which I'll get into when it happens. Both of the runs have different openers too, so the divergence is going to happen right away. Basically, as soon as Relkin and Chex break out of the castle, they're gonna head off in this... Well, wait, that's not correct. It's been a while. I think they're actually gonna go the same way. They're both gonna go to Eastern. Part of the purpose of this route that Chex does is that you can do basement clip without using the bottle. And instead you do it later with the Cane of Samaria, so you do the same opening route that you do in Relkin's Eastern first. The first thing they have to do is RMG, which is a glitch that's banned in the underworld, but in the overworld it doesn't let you go out of bounds, so it's allowed. So they have armed EG by saving and quitting in midair. The next step is to get hit by this guard in a precise manner. And to get kicked into the castle, both of them need to line up on the staircase in a way that's favorable to getting boosted upward into the door and not sideways. Chex is 1 pixel too low, that's why he's select buffering to get onto the correct pixel. A lot of people will forego the select buffer in a attempt because they can just reset if it goes wrong, but in a race you really do want to be able to continue and not have to lose 30 seconds rearming EG and starting over. So that hit by the guard allows them to take the correct kind of damage from this zapper on the castle, and what that does is it turns them invisible. So they still obey collision, but they don't interact with sprites while in that state, and that lets them sneak past that guard on the castle parapets. And now they're free. Sort of. They're still in the start area, but you can clip in this slope here. If you're wondering why they don't just do this right away, it's because they want the sword, but also you don't have access to the B button or save and quit until you have talked to the uncle. So it's not beneficial to do that before the sword. It's possible, but then they'd have to get the sword after, and they'd be assaulted by Zelda text boxes the whole time, which ends up losing more time than it saves. Relkin and Chex both taking slightly different routes to the castle, so I guess this is technically our first divergence, but it's really just a matter of speed. Chex is the first one in. And I believe that Relkin was actually the first one out of the castle, so Chex gained time on Relkin with that clip. Chex chose to slash the Popo. The rupee route for Chex's run requires 10 rupees before Village of Outcasts for tempering the sword. Relkin basically doesn't have a rupee route. He doesn't need money until Tempered Sword, but he also has to get the 300 rupees in Brewery, and Chex doesn't, so that is free for him. Oh, Chex misses the damage boost. Does the backup on the stairs, making him slightly more vulnerable in the back of Eastern. So he can not take a hit from the Igors. Relkin can take one hit. Alright, Relkin gained time on Chex somewhere, but oh boy. Having a party. This is a good double readies. I'm just happy he survived that. Chex switching to Lamp here, spamming it 3 times. This is part of a setup where you... So he needs to... I'm trying to remember why he needs to do this and Relkin doesn't. I believe it's because Relkin will do this in the hair basement, but both of them need to set up a variable for big flippers later on, and spamming Lamp 3 times sets that variable, and the variable persists until you do some kind of... until you, like, do the trick, essentially. Oh, Chex does it here because it's a little faster. The menu is free. Relkin will do it in hair basement because he's already going to be menuing to Lamp there. Chex getting the 50 rupees because he only has 6. Needs 10. Relkin almost went for them. I wonder what he was thinking of. I don't know if Relkin does any categories that get those rupees, so I'm surprised that he goes for them by accident. Chex will ledges to save time on that clip. Okay, the real divergence is now, after they rescue the old man, they're both going to go to pod, but what they do in pod is not going to be the same. Oh, nice bonk. Alright, this is the clip that gets to pod when you're in a cave. When you're in that cave, you can flip through the wall, and it will wrap the map, putting you on the top of the underworld map, which happens to be that room in pod. Chex will stay here. You're going to take advantage of something called Cave State, where you have 255 keys, and if you collect the big key, instead of giving you the pod big key, it gives you the big keys of Desert, Hera, and Castle, which is really nice, because it means you get to skip the entire front of Desert and Hera Basement, and one of the extra small keys that Relkin will have to get. But at the expense of not having the pod big key available, Chex will have to pay off some of that debt by getting to the pod big key door with the clip, while in Cave State again. The world record route would be doing both of those things now, getting the big key and then clipping immediately. But Chex will do it later, because he doesn't have a bottle. And if he was trying to do it with the bottle, failing that would basically kill the run. It's not a very race-safe route. Relkin fixed the dungeon state so that he's actually in pod. And this pod will be pretty similar to any other All Dungeons RMG pod that doesn't do the basement clip. So the rat's a little different from NMG. Relkin picks up the big key first because he unlocked the door for free in Cave State. He doesn't have to get this key first. You can get the big key first and then this one, which is a little faster. And one less key is needed total in pod, so Relkin doesn't have to get the base, or doesn't have to get the maze key. You can just do the bomb jump and leave. And then from here on, the routes will be very similar, with the difference that Relkin has to do more in Hera and Desert, and Chex has to do pod again twice. It's going to be pretty hard to figure out who's ahead. One of the downsides of doing pod early also is that you have to do it on 3 hearts, or 4, which is the same. It's a pretty dangerous fight. When I was running this, I actually switched to something similar to Chex' route because I was tired of dying to Helmasaur. In some ways, Pod is safer in the new route. If you fail Pod, you're probably not going to fail because you died to Helma. Chex gets a nice torch grab. Despawning the shield reduces lag on the text boxes by 70 frames. Pretty significant time save. Similar to rat frames in RMG, but you have a little more control over it because all you have to do is grab the torch or any other object. Relkin was not on the key dash pixel. I loved seeing the word Zelda in chat before I see what actually went wrong. Oh, I see what's going wrong. Spin speed's impossible. The important thing is that Relkin's not getting hit. He's waiting to get the last hit before Helmasaur, or after Helmasaur starts the fire because it can despawn the fireball. Making the fight a lot safer, and he gets it. Chex is doing Hera. All he had to do was go to the basement, cage, get the key, and then go upstairs. Relkin will have to do significantly more in here. Hera in this part of the run is not actually Tower of Hera. As in, we're not actually completing the dungeon here. We are instead just getting the hookshot out of Swamp and the Moon Pearl. And then both of them will be coming back later to fight Moldorm. Oh, Zelda. So, getting the hookshot starts with the fake flipper. Put a bunch of stuff on the screen. The splash doesn't spawn, allowing Chex to... Ooh, that's a cool clip. That was really fast. Allowing him to get in the water and stay there instead of splashing out. And then you have to clip through that railing. Chex did it in a really fast method. I don't quite understand, but it looked really good. Chex is farming for health. Oh, nice bush. Bush rock. You didn't go full for rocks, but the next split is Thieves Town, and Thieves Town on 2 Hearts Fighter Sword is pretty dangerous. Relkin will have 1 more heart from killing Helmasaur, making Thieves Town slightly safer. Uh-oh. Synchronizing. Alright. It is possible to hit ball and chain with the hammer twice without getting hit. It's really tight. I think I've done it like twice in my life. Your health doesn't matter, but it is faster if you can pull it off. I didn't really talk about how all this works, but when you save and quit after talking to Zelda, your mirror respawn point gets shifted to the Sanctuary. So you can skip the entire back of Escape. And Relkin needs to do that because he's going to take the key from Dark Cross and use it in Hera. He needs an additional Hera key to not only unlock Swamp, but also to get the Hera Big Key, which Chex didn't need. Oh, a cricket coming up on Chex's back. That was good reaction. So, Relkin has to do yet another clip in Hera that Chex didn't have to do to get the small key out of Dark Cross. Relkin is also farming for hearts in the Snake Hellway. He'll still be pretty low on health, though. Okay, not if he keeps farming. Because I'll take... Oh, we're having a... I don't know what that room is called. The Believe It or Not room, I guess. I think the problem with that room is if you try to do an optimal dash, you have a chance of getting zapped by the Bari. I'm pretty sure you can swing wide to make it safer, but then it's a little slower. I don't think any of us have practiced since League, Relkin. Chex has been grinding Delete Ganon. I think the only people who did a significant amount of runs after League were JD and Doomtap. Because Doomtap had a world record to chase. Don't think Relkin wanted to get hit by... Relkin almost looked like he was going to go for the old school bomb clip, and then changed his mind. The old school bomb clip damages you, so it's not great to do here. I also think it's harder to do. A lot of people do. So Chex saving a little time on the tempered screen by skipping the bombable hut 300 rupees. And the reason he's able to skip these and Relkin isn't is because Chex will be visiting the rupee room of Pod and can collect 200 rupees there. Alright, ooh, nice harm for Relkin. You can get a fairy drop there too if you're lucky, but 2 hearts is pretty good. Relkin can basically get to full health on Thieves. Ooh. Skullwoods is basically the same in every category. The only difference between their routes and also NMG is the amount of health you have. Oh, Ralkin lost 2 hearts somewhere. He must have gotten hit by Zazak. Doesn't go for the heart dupe. If you hookshot the heart, you have a chance of collecting it twice. Okay. Bad hellway for Relkin. The first enemy doesn't allow him to dash on the midline, so he has to adjust. But he has a good, he has a good hellway for the bad RNG he got. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Sometimes mid-air bombs are a little difficult to predict in terms of whether they'll blow up the floor or not. Relkin seemed to trust it though, and dashed out just in time. Looks like he uses the hammer menu in that room to read the RNG. Optionally, you can stay on bombs and use a bomb here to have a chance to slightly speed up the room by bombing the Stalfos. Interesting, oh gosh. Is he gonna get that heart on the way down? I don't think he needs it now. I'm not really sure why Relkin chose to kill every enemy in this room. So I don't think blinds should be an issue for him. Someone's been playing Dorando, I guess. Or in Chex's case, Map Rando for Super Metroid. Oh, Relkin tries to go for a up-hammered strat. Quite make it. Let's see if Relkin really needed the hearts. Okay, Relkin's blind script is weird. Okay, so he's playing safe because the controller is not reliable. Dex makes it out of Skull. I did not see how his Moth went. I was watching Relkin. Imagine watching both runners. Okay, Real Hera. Basically the shortest split in the game, I think. Let's just fight Moldorm. And get Ether. Nice warp tile. You want to dash down on grid to avoid the water. But when you do that, it's hard to find the warp tile. Chex likes to make fun of people who dash on the water, but then he does that, and now you can see why people don't do it. It's probably still faster than dashing through the water, though. Simultaneous book collection and use. Fast scroll. Let's go. Check saves 12 frames, getting a fast scroll on this ether. Which I think he does by like moving down as he casts ether and then hitting the ether on the... Oh, nice. He loses all 12 frames by pushing on the wall. I didn't know that was possible. To like miss the entrance. I guess it's easier to do when you can't see it. Yeah, we're looking good to much better mummy RNG in the statue pull room. Not much to say about Meyer. It's basically an NG with less health. Checks will go down to 5 hearts on the spike key, and then go back up to 6 in the next room. 6 hearts is the minimum you need for the safer version of Vitreous. Oh, you can do it with 5 hearts, but you have a higher chance of getting killed by bad RNG if you do. The one thing that is different is the spooky action is done differently because you can't use the flute because you don't have the flute. So you have to set the variable with Cane of Samaria instead, and the actual execution of spooky is different because your altitude is different. Nice Moth Relkin. It looks like he was really close to a 0 spike, but that last hit didn't quite connect in time. Still very good. Spooky in all dungeons is fun because you have to do an item dash, and if you miss, you cry. I think Chex had the RMG that kills you if you go for the 4-heart fight. Thankfully he didn't, because he didn't need to. Not scary at all. No, it's perfectly normal, Vitreous. Just do the steps. He was really close to the eye, even doing the 5-heart fight. Oh! Stupid Moldorm. I hate when Moldorm camps the bottom there. You basically have no choice but to just jump on top of him. And hope that your knockback doesn't put you in a pit. Chex is going to do desert, but he only has to do the back, because he already has the desert big key. He gets a quick warp here, which is free. You just have to stay on grid. I believe this is the last place that Chex saves time over Relkin for having done the basement clip route. So Relkin appears to be, you know, behind in dungeon progression, but he does have pod complete. So his lack of Mire is going to be balanced against Chex's lack of pod. And also that Relkin will have to do more of desert when he does. This is not RMG. Oh no. Are we gonna menu the bow? At Clear Mouse? We don't even have enough arrows. Okay. No, I realize that Chex is the one in Landmo. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't run RMG. He only has a 124. Oh, nice. Head in the sand last hit. That Landmo almost didn't let him finish the fight. I wonder if I missed Relkin trying to menu to flute after Ether or something. And Chex is doing a clip that can hard lock your game if you mess it up. So that's why he's tiptoeing a little bit. He has to avoid nudging to the right, because if he does, he loses all his progress since saving and quitting to Hera. But now he's safe. Thirty 01 torches. Now Chex his return to pod. This is his second of 3 trips to pod. It will involve unlocking the big key door. So Requiem of Spirit developed this method for doing basement clip that is much safer and easier and also repeatable. So if Chex messes up, he can start again without, you know, losing 2 minutes of the run. simultaneous collection and use of the cane, just like with Book earlier. Now, Chex is using the cane to stop him from clipping too far into the rail and popping out of it. Reducing the number of precise inputs needed to, I don't know, like 5. Instead of the old, like, the original version of this, you had to do like 18 one-frame clips, and now you only have to do like 5 of them. Looked like he momentarily forgot what the last step was there, which is always scary. So if you messed that up, you had to start over. So we'll take a break from Pod. Do Turtle Rock. He could do Pod twice in a row, but there's a certain benefit to doing Turtle Rock now, which is that he gets a free magic refill. If he does hit TTR. It saves frames on the refill. If you were to fight Helmasaur on the magic he has, he would lose some time with the refill. Oh. Relgan's... Okay. Relgan's Victorious is went well. I was surprised that he did like a curved movement on the first one, because it's a little different from WQ, but he seems to know what he's doing, so... Finished with, 2 hearts, which is always good. It means he could have spent a little more time in the goo and been fine. I forgot to read Chex's Mini Helma RNG. It looked like he chose to go around it instead of just dashing or slashing it. I think most people would like slash the Mini Helma and then dash up. On some RNGs you can just dash up, and then others you can go above him and dash. So Relkan will be collecting the Desert Big Key, which is different from what Chex did. It's a whole section of desert that Chex didn't need to look at. Ooh, Chex gets the scary RNG. This is really scary because you have 4 hearts on this route when you go into TR, basically always. I think it was Requiem of Spirit who was just always getting that RNG and got really frustrated by it, because he kept dying. 4 hearts is the damage you take from basically everything in that room, so... ooh! The fairy! Let's go! The Chex actually looked like he was fine, but a little bit scared of getting hit by the laser in that pokey room. If you don't do the dash exactly right, you will just get hit by a laser. You have to dash turn, but you have to delay the turn to make the laser fire as late as possible so that you can get the key dash before it hits you. And you also have to be high enough. So Chex has a choice going back into Pod. He can do Basement Clip again if he wants. Or he could just go to Helmasaur the normal way. It's possible to save time with Basement Clip, but it's also possible to like lose a bunch of time. Relkan gets some really bad jumps, making it hard to hit the last landmo. Welcome menus to hookshot. I forget why you do that. I guess it's because the hookshot can be used for the clip to ice rod. I remember Relkin being like an advocate for the hookshot menu here, that he was saving time on it. That the menu to hook was worth not having to boots clip or something. Because you can do this. And then he can menu to bombs and use it as a menu buffer. You don't normally get a menu buffer here. So that's nice. Chex misses Louis Hop and has to do it the long way. I forgot that flippers are in this split. Ah, Relkin gets a good RNG read on the mini Helma. It goes above. I suppose for the problem of having 4 hearts in pokies that Chex had, I guess you could counteract that by doing the spin in that room and avoiding the heart damage from the fire bar. That might be worth it. I think at the 30 frames you lose by spinning. Chex lost more than that in the pokies room from getting the difficult RNG and then playing it safe. Chex chooses to go to Helma the normal way, which is understandable. It's pretty hard to save time on the basement clip. Menuing. The Chex has 6 hearts, which is 1 more Helma hit than Relkin had. 6 hearts is the same as 3, basically. Or it's not the same as 3, it's 1 more than 3. 1 more hit. Ooh. Oh no! Strat doesn't go well for him. Oh, I love this. I love when the anti-fairy blocks your cane or your pot. Nice turtles room. Chex doesn't get to key dash in this because he already opened the door. He just gets to dash no matter where he is. Funny enough, he was actually on the key dash pixel. So we'll just pretend he key dashed because it's cooler that way. Good fight, both of them. So once Relkin has his flippers, he'll be synced up with Chex. Now Chex appears to be ahead. Louis hop and a skip behind. That's a good one, Relkin. What are we skipping? Rex seems to have an excessive number of bombs going into Swamp. Right, nice diver down for Chex. You know it's a good diver down when you don't spin your sword. Gets knocked back by the RNG. There's basically no way to do that room that's safe. That doesn't lose a lot of time. So most people just accept it if they get hit. You can go up left a little and I think make it slightly safer, but you can still get hit doing that, so it's barely worth it. Falcon also has a good diver down, no spin. Chex does not get the zero cycle. No, phase 2 is a little different from RMG. It's not faster to go to Fire Rod and back to Hookshot, so you just do 2 spins rather than try and go for the Fire Rod kill. Oh yeah, mirror wrap. We all learned a new mirror wrap during League, and then we all forgot how to do it, so this is gonna go well. I didn't catch if Relkin got zero cycle. So Chex is ahead in the race, but I think Relkin is actually like less behind his PB than Chex is. Alright, Chex is going for the old spaces hop. That's not correct. Yeah, but your strat is slow, Brahmin. I think the correct thing to do here is to just swim and use the mitts. This tightened up the race a lot. Like, they're basically not that far behind anymore. Oh, now they are. Relkin can fix this. No, Relkin... Okay, this is fine too. That was actually pretty clever. This might actually be not that different from redoing the clip. Because Relkin could have like teleported back onto the slope and lined up a mirror wrap, but this is also good. Just go there with the mirror. Giving some of that time back to checks. Relkin definitely lost less time to his mirror wrap than Chex did. Chex did lose hearts, you're right. He has save and quit health. Plus, why is he missing? I guess he bombed himself? He still took damage from something else. I guess yeah, walking across the spikes. So you lose 2 hearts just doing the dungeon. And then he also started with 7. He's not in 1-hit KO at least. And the refill frames don't matter because I'll have 0 magic. Yeah, he's good. He doesn't need the hearts. Ice Palace is super fun in this category because it replaces all the difficult RMG stuff with glitches. Like even Cold Stare is just so much safer. You have more hearts. You don't have to IPBJ. You don't have to do the spike room before IPBJ. And you don't have to do... what else don't you have to do? Well, you don't have to worry about your, like, health total for Ice 2. That makes the overworld for Ice hard. Well, they're not close enough to be in the same crystal cutscene. There's an RNG part at the end that could even this out or make it farther. Bag of 1 is at the end, which is great because you don't have to do a 0 blue ball. Better not mess up. Chex, being ahead, chose to refill his hearts at the old man. Relka did not. He must... I'm not sure if this is a habitual thing, like they normally don't do this, or if they're doing it based on being ahead or behind. My PB is nowhere near theirs. It's a 114. Like a 114.30. This is a really fun category. And I don't even think it's necessarily harder than NMG. It's just a little different. And it's more glitch focus and less execution focus for like boss fights. Well, that's not true. It just, the difficult stuff is shifted to different places. So like NMG has hard boss fights. All Dungeons has hard boss fights, but they're mostly different fights. For NMG, like the Light World bosses are really hard. And for RMG, it's mostly the Dark World bosses because you're doing them earlier. Like Landmo and Moldorm are pretty easy in this category, but like Vitreous is more dangerous. Helmosaur is a lot more dangerous. Blind is the same, but you're probably getting there on 2 hearts. Oh, Relkin going for Mike arrows. He didn't need to, but saves time if you can get it. Well, he's trying to do everything he can to gain a little time on himself and on checks. So his Mike arrows lets him skip the arrows that checks got in the post big key chest. And then we'll see if he does heart neutral strat in here. Yeah, he will. So, one of the benefits to Old Man Heal is that you can just do the normal NMG strat in that room and get some of the time back. And on top of that, like, Relkin still has less health than Chex does. Ooh. Yeah, Radio Norbert, I firmly believe that this category can be your first category if you want it to be. It was mine. And it's a slightly shorter run than NMG, so if time commitment is an issue, you can learn a category that's 10 minutes faster and potentially do more runs of it. Yeah, I was right about Chex having an excessive number of bombs. Relkin has exactly the right amount. Chex is 4. So his menus will be slightly less optimized, I guess. Alright, much friendlier Landmo 2 RNG for Relkin than the Landmo one that he got earlier. This one actually lets you one cycle. No, misses. Oh, Relkin missed the, picking up the pot in Torches 1, which cost him, the heart. He got hit by the fire bar. Not yet. It was just enough time lost to get hit there. No! Okay, we're fine. Wow, Relkin goes for the damage boost strat here, despite not healing an old man. I'm not even sure that saves time with the refill that you would have to get. He does get a heart, and he gets this key. But yeah, he's gonna have some heart refill at the end of Aga 1 if he doesn't get a fairy drop. That might lose some of the time that he saved by not healing. Oh, he does have an extra key. That's funny. So he didn't even need to take that damage. I wonder if the issue is that he just doesn't know how to do that room any other way, because that's how he does it in RMG, and he autopiloted to it. Oops. Alright, Chex gets a really fast climb. He actually has to bleed a little time. Because if you clip out of the arena, you can dash off screen to spawn the bat faster. Or to at least trigger the cutscene faster, but the bat has to spawn first before you do that. Or else AGA 1 will just like not warp you out. Or AGA 2 won't warp you out. So he went down to bleed a little time. Relkin's not getting the clipe. Chex gets a heart, no fairy. Fairy saves time, so... Well, it doesn't really save that much time if you're using Fire Rod in the climb. It might save Relkin time. No drops for Relkin, not even the heart. Oh, Relkin does a hookshot climb. That means we get to see an AGA Hall of Fame. Oh no! Part of the purpose of doing hookshot climb is that Circle of Pots is easier, but still not free. No, you won't. I believe in you, Relkin. No! I believe too hard. Okay, Chex gets 2 blue balls, I think. Relkin's on 2 right now, so it's not looking good for him. The best he can do is tie. Nope, not anymore. Now he gets 3. AGA 1 could have made this a really close race, but decided to not do that. 4 blue balls. Five. Oh no. I lost count. That was another one. Oh my gosh. It's at least 7, which is another lightning cycle. Okay, it was 7. Chicks gets Torch Glitch, which is basically Relkin's last chance to catch up. I think even that wouldn't have been enough. Pretty hard to make up a 7 blue ball Aga one against 2 blue balls. Oh, I didn't notice that Chex. I'm used to RMG runners having low health in this fight. Chex took a hug from Ganon to get to this health. Or 2 fire bats. I didn't see how it happened. You're supposed to be on full hearts here. I know some people will, like, take a hit on purpose to not be in beams. Like, I think Relkin took that hit on purpose. Alright, GG to Chex. 1:10:50. It's a good race time for not having run this in 2 months. No, it was 2 fire bats. Oh, I didn't even notice that 1-1 was missed. Alright, GG to Relkin. Getting a 112 something. One tall 17. We are joined by the racers. GG, thank you for joining today in the All Dungeons monthly race, keeping it alive.
GG.
GG. Yeah, I think both of us said we hadn't played this category since League. I feel like so.
Mm-hmm. Finishing a run at all when you haven't played the category is an accomplishment.
Agreed.
Tex, do you normally in attempts go for world record route?
I do not.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You're a Requiem main all the way through.
I am. I will think about it because it just saves so much time to do the hover. and the 2-trip pod. So I will think about it if I go back and grind. But I have to have everything going right for me. Controller plus knowing how to do the hammer, jump, hover. And I don't know it yet.
Your PB is in the world record route, right?
No.
No, it's not.
No, I haven't.
You could if you felt like it, I guess.
Yeah.
You've chosen to grind much easier categories like delete Ganon. This category is so easy, nobody else runs it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if I had a PB with the world record route last year. I think I did.
You had one at one point, because I remember it took you like 5 months to submit it.
Yeah, that was in 2021 though. And then then last year I grinded the category at the beginning of the year, and maybe I got a PB by a little bit. And then the Requiem route came out, and then I got a bigger PB. So, the Requiem route is just so good for races. I like it a lot. Yeah.
It is really raceable. Like, it's not even harder, I think, than the early hook route that Relkin does.
Yeah, I haven't practiced this at all since League, and so I haven't tried to learn Requiem route just yet.
Yeah, and how are you with hovering and hammer hovering, Relkin?
It's a tough hover. I know kind of how to do it, but have never tried it to do it before. The bridge doesn't fall, right? So you just you're not in any like time crunch from the bridge falling.
Yeah. Yeah, so it does save a lot of time to do that. You can still do a world record route without the hover, but then you lose a lot of time in the dark maze. So you also have to learn 2 kinds of basement clips, because you don't have to, but the Requiem basement clip is much easier. So
right,
you can do that alone in the Requiem route, whereas you need to know the bottle and hammer style in the world record route.
Or you could just be Doom Tap and just completely main world record route and never do anything different.
That's right. Someone's got to be the first 106.
Well, I mean, no, you mean 105? Right? Didn't he get a 106?
No.
What?
Right?
He did?
Doom doesn't have a 106. He has a really low. He has a low 107, and then he had to go back to Lobster Town.
Okay, that's what it is then, I guess.
He says he can get a 106, but he would need to put a lot of time into it while he's working. So maybe next year, or maybe someone else.
Yes. It's gonna happen.
I'm assuming there will be another All Dungeons League next year. I'm counting on it. That I can actually do this category.
All Dungeons for SGL?
Someone runs it. I'm not organizing anything at SGL. I don't have time. Too busy having fun.
Oh,
Let's
got
go.
it.
Too busy having fun. That's a good point to end a ZSR stream. ZSR streams all year, too busy having fun. And of course, if there's another league, you will find it right here. That was a good way to transfer me over. Alright, thank you all so much for being here. Big shout outs to you, Malmo, for handling solo commentary. Chex, Relkin, thank you for racing. Any final words?
Thanks again, Malmo, for commentating. Relkin, GG's.
Yep, GG's. I'm glad that we had at least one other racer that wasn't me or Malmo, so we could actually have this race.
Me too. Alright then. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, Happy New Year to all of you, and see you soon for the next one next month. Bye.